Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Ijaz Ahmed Tatla. I am talking with the scholars of MPhil Education, Leadership and Policy Studies, semester 2. Our course is performance evaluation of the educational personnel. In this context, we are supposed to discuss Unit 13 of course outline, that is titled as Documenting Principal Performance. Earlier, we have detailed discussions on principal performance, processes, techniques, tools, objectives, advantages, disadvantages, and many more. Today, the focus is on documenting principal performance. As usual, I would like to ask you to have a paper and pen with you, and during listening and watching this video, if you feel any difficulty, stop it, write your problem on the paper and go ahead. Finally, when you finish listening, sum up your points you have placed on the paper and make a reasonable question. And finally, you are allowed to ask on Google Meet when we will be in discussion with class for this lecture. Moreover, you may also post this question on Google Classroom in comments section. I will respond accordingly when visit the Google Classroom. It's your discretion. Moreover, one of the precaution you can take in this regard, just switch off your mobile and other gadgets you are working on that, and watch the video with the concentration. I hope that there will be no any issue and problem towards understanding this lecture. Let me start with this. Uh, Roles and responsibilities of a principal. You know, the role of the principal is to provide leadership, direction, and coordination with the school. No doubt, principal's main focus should be to develop and maintain effective educational programs within his her school and to promote the improvement of teaching and learning with his her school. Principal should strive to create an organization and or climate which fosters student and teaching growth. Yes, I would like to add something more towards this. The principal in any of the organization, in any school, is there to develop learning and teaching process, is there to monitor this, and for this he or she is responsible to provide the reasonable sources, the reasonable HR, the other facilities relevant to the teaching learning process. Moreover, he is also responsible to create a learning environment, an environment that is conducive to learning, an environment that is supportive for teachers and supportive for students towards their learning activities and developmental activities. So for this, he or she has to opt the developmental strategies for the good sake of students and teachers and other employees in school by his leadership style. According to me, the most suitable style for school teachers, for school principals, is the instructional leadership. Through this, they can create an environment that is known as the learning organization. Any of the organization comes learning only when the people are at the disposal of the other junior learners. The seniors are available to the juniors all the time, very pleasingly, and the juniors don't feel any hesitation to ask something to their seniors. This is the responsibility of principal to create such an environment that makes feasible for juniors to access the senior, and seniors should serve with their uh, reality and without any restrictions, and pleasingly should support to the junior. Moreover, the developmental, the professional developmental and capacity developmental activities should be carried out throughout the session for all tiers of the employees, that might be starting from the sweeper, gatekeeper, runner, uh, clerical staff, managerial staff, teachers, and all others, other relevant. So this will impact on the promotion of improvement of the whole school. So moving towards the whole school development, it's necessary for any of the principal to improve the lacking areas. For this, he or she have to set some certain standards and objectives, and he have to identify the gaps, and then to fill those gaps, he should be working day and night uh, with the help of his colleagues, teachers, to make that school, to create an organization that is the good school, that is the positive climate, that is the learning organization, and so on. No doubt, when such an organization is created, climate is created, the growth of the school, growth of teachers, the growth of students will ultimately be reflected, and in society and the departments and in the organizational culture, and the stakeholders at large will have some definitely soft corner and good faith on that school. Resultantly, the enrollment ratio will be raised, and results will be much better, and reputation will reflect that that certain school is the good school of the area, good school of the vicinity, and good school of the district, and so on. For this, in the sector of public sector, stakeholders are also very cooperative. They are providing facilities, infrastructure, logistics, finances, so much so the prizes and appreciation certificates to the hard workers, and no doubt punishments to the laggards and unwilling employees. So it should be the it is the responsibility of the principal to prepare a good mindset of the workers allied with him, that they should pleasingly, they should readily start their work, and try their best to achieve the set goals. And if after certain repeated efforts, the people who are unwilling, in fact, and are not ready to work, so they should, after counseling, be recommended for some light of punishments. So uh, uh, reward and punishment, uh, stick and carrot rule also works better in such type of institutions. But above all, the cooperative, participative, and instructional leaders are responsible to create a positive environment, to positive climate, and an learning organization that is conducive for all stakeholders to learn and get benefit from this. No doubt there are the certain interests and benefits of the stakeholders. They are always conscious towards the upgradation and the status and the quality of that school. So they are necessarily be satisfied with the efforts taken by the school stakeholders, the principal, the teachers, and the sole major responsibility falls on the shoulder of principal, that he have to uh, 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 maintain the standard of the school and upgrade its quality to satisfy the vicinity and the other stakeholders other than school. So the duties of the school principal are all encompassing, as all aspects of the school's operations are either directly or indirectly under his or her jurisdiction. In general terms, of the principal shall be responsible for detailed organization of the school, the development of instructional program, the assignment of duties to the supervision of members of his staff, and general operation of the school facility. As far as the organization of the school is concerned, I have talked earlier in detail about on that. But towards the development of instructional program, it's very necessary to share here that these are the strategies of imparting knowledge. No doubt the textbooks, specified textbook from the Punjab Textbook Board or any provincial textbook board are recommended in the public schools. But it's up to the head teacher and the principal to make motivate the teachers to opt the latest and current methodologies for teaching, so as to make the lessons easy and understandable to the students. So for this purpose, the principal is responsible to develop an instructional program that like a roadmap that guides the teachers towards their accomplishment of classroom activities. Moreover, assignment of duties and the supervision of members of his staff is definitely uh, required to be carried out by the principal, so as to make convenient for the teachers and the students to be working in working hours. Nobody should be relaxed when he is supposed to take class. In time coming of in class and deeply involvement in teaching and learning process is the responsibility of the teacher, but it can be looked after by it is looked after by the principal, and the responsibility of the principal to make that is the schedules are up to date and aligned with the documented plan. Moreover, general operation of the school facility, it involves some many much things like fees collection, issue receipts, movable, immovable properties, attendance of the students, teachers, and of the janitorial assistants, uh, interaction with the visitors, cooperation with the vicinity, and uh, to raise the enrollment ratio and lessen the dropout rate, and liaison with the higher officials, liaison with the Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, liaison with the different examining bodies, many more operations all the day are there to be carried out by the principal. So he or she should be much vigilant regarding these all things. Whereas responsibility of the principal, I am talking about that the amount of time a principal will be able to devote to administrative duties will vary accordingly to the size and grade level of the school, the amount of time released from teaching, and the demands of particular year. However, the following are all included in powers and responsibilities of the principal. It's very necessary and it's the core responsibility of the principal to keep up to date his leadership and the climate of the school. Moreover, programming is also uh, totally uh, be looked after by him. School organization and staffing is again another heavy responsibility of the school principal. Moreover, professional development of himself or herself and professional development of the teachers, professional development of the second line managers, professional development of frontline managers, professional development of supporting staff is very necessary to be up to dated and carried out by the principal in time. He or she should not wait for the last moment if there is any gap, if there is any deficiency towards the professional development among the employees, because this gap will result the uh, uh, defame of the school, bad repute of the school. Uh, uh, it will lessen the quality of the school. Moreover, the organization will be some weaker organization and poor uh, uh, establishment will be uh, a source of use, you may say, for bad name of that school. So there is no need to wait for the last moment. It should be uh, actualized abruptly when and where needed. Adding to words the responsibilities of the principal, there are some more responsibilities. For example, staff supervision and evaluation, evaluation day by day, evaluation fortnightly, and uh, mm, as formative and summative, students evaluation and reporting. No doubt teachers are the frontline managers towards the students evaluation and reporting, but finally the decision is rest with the principal. He or she have to uh, sign the final document in this regard. Therefore, he or she should take part vigilantly in the process of student evaluation and reporting. Communication and public relations, as earlier I discussed in the first slide, that it's the solely one of the core responsibility of the principal to keep with in relation with the and communication with the authorities, with the department in hierarchy above and below, and visitors and the stakeholders and the society at large. So nowadays it's the necessity becomes of across the district and globe as well, on the e-sources, through email, through webinar, through Facebook, through LinkedIn, Twitter, and many other of the sources. He should be well equipped to know about the latest and current developments, so as to take notice of them, these, and incorporate in his or her plan. Budgeting and buying is another sound and very complex and critical process, because any of the loophole towards finance leads the embezzlement and that creates bad repute, and resultantly the responsible people of a negative act are fired. So the principal is DDO power, have the DDO power at the school. DDO stands for drawing and distributing officer. So towards the salaries of the employees, towards the fees, towards the finance collection through different funds, and its distribution and its utilization on different targets and objects, he is solely responsible. For this purpose, in the public sector, I would like to share with you that there are some school councils. School principal is the chairman of that council, and its composition is also in its composition there is a representative from school, the two senior teachers, and one student that at secondary level is the monitor of the class, and some मोअज़्ज़ज़ीन इलाका, कोई गुड फेथ के जो लोग हों इलाके में से, वो होते हैं, or social worker and political worker of the vicinity are the members. So nothing should be spent, not a penny should be spent without the approval of the council. And when all through a meeting, approval of the council is taken, then it should be executed according to the decided format. And in the end, the documents should be audited for safe and be kept in safe custody of the relevant employees or the school property. Moreover, health, safety, plant supervision is also the responsibility of the principal. So, for example, I must say, in the situation of the current scenario, in pandemic, likewise, other the dengue. So it's the sole responsibility of the principal to uh, impose and implement the SOPs, standard operating procedures devised by the relevant authorities. He himself, his teachers, students, and all the people within the boundary under his jurisdiction should be watched and monitored in this regard, so as to make the safety of health of the humanity of the people inside school. Moreover, the plant supervision, it's like a plant. जिस तरह हम बिजनेस में, हम इंडस्ट्री में बात करते हैं कि प्लांट काम कर रहा है, तो इसी तरह स्कूल को भी लिया जाता है. तो उसके ओवरऑल सुपरविजन, उसके हर पहलू, हर जोहत, हर कंपोनेंट को और उसकी हर वर्किंग प्रोसेस को हर वक्त चेक करते रहना, उसके साथ इन टच रहना, that is the supervision of and responsibility of the principal as a supervisor. Let me share with you what do we mean the leadership and climate, as we discussed the responsibility of the principal. So this is the process that is documented. This is the way in the write-up how the principal have to serve, how the principal have to work, how the principal have to behave, and what are his responsibilities, and what for what he is accountable. So whatever the thing is written in the MOU and the JDs, mean job duties of the principal, for those he or she is accountable, and rest of the things are not, which not fall under his JDs, he are not accountable for those. So the responsibility and accountability are directly related, correlated. Whatever the responsibility rests with the principal, for the same he is accountable. So that's why all these things should be in documented, and would be with the authorities, with the principal, with the evaluators, and the people who are supposed to assess him should be aware about that document, should be shared that document, So accordingly, they should be evaluating the performance of the principal. That is why these things are written here. Let me share with you in public sector schools. Specifically, I am aware about the government of the Punjab School Education Department. There is a code of education. In this booklet, there is written that what are the responsibilities of the principal, what are the responsibilities of a teacher, and what things he can do, what not do. Moreover, the time to time notifications, memos, letters uh, issued by the authorities of the department received at the school are also the document that uh, keep the responsibilities of the principal. So it cannot be said that in a single brochure, in a single document, in a single booklet, there should be the responsibilities. With the passage of time, uh, according to the situation, these responsibilities, these documents, these legal assignments are circulated, and it become the part of that original book. uh, might be in year wise, monthly, or according to the situation, authorities uh, take decision and assign the responsibility to the principal to do so. So for this, they should take care all of these things and keep in mind while working inside the institution, for their safety, for their development, for school development, for institutional development, and for the organizational development. So that's why I was asking about that. Continually endeavor to improve the operating effectiveness of the school. He or she should keep informed of current practices and techniques relating to school programs, teaching and administration by attending meetings and professional development conferences and reading professional materials. So he should be alert, he should be aware, he should be equipped with the latest technological skills, how to read an email, how to write an email, how to uh, use the technical gadgets like online conferences, online meetings. In the era of this pandemic, nobody is supposed to be in a meeting physically. So for this purpose, he or she should be uh, taking meetings and conferences with his colleagues, with his senior and juniors online. For this purpose, he must be aware to use the gadgets and online systems. For example, uh, Google Meet is a good place for conferencing. Zoom is also video conferencing. Uh, Many more. Whatever he or she, nowadays it is also available on the Facebook as well, and he should be well aware to use uh, of the gadgets and the skills needed necessarily for his task. When I say the leadership and the climate, so when not involved in the teaching duties, to devote as much time as possible to the supervision of the school, observing methods of instructional and endeavoring to improve the efficiency of the staff and the school in general, suggest appropriate changes in the and ensure adherence to approved policies, practices, and procedures within area of the responsibility. Whatever his jurisdiction, he should be well aware about his jurisdiction, what he can do, what he cannot do, what are the prevailing practices, what are the procedures, and what are the approved policies. He or she should not take care of the unwritten and undocumented rumors, because he is accountable for his acts. So accountability needs the legal document, legal approval, legal provision for any of the act of the principal. Therefore, he or she should take care of these things. In next session, this will be discussed. I think so. It's fine enough now for this session.